I am going to share a really helpful tip with you today. We're going to talk about master slides in Google Slides. Now that hopefully you've watched the other tutorials and you have enough of a background knowledge, this will be useful for you. If this is your first tutorial, feel free to watch it, but I highly recommend going back and watching the other ones before you try to mess around with this, because if you already know some of the basics of Google Slides, this will be much simpler. So I've already showed you how you can lock a background in place. Master slides are really awesome because you can use the master slide to create things that the students can't edit, but then you can edit in the future for them. So let me show you how this works. I'm using this for my Google templates that I'm creating right now, and it will make it so much easier because students won't be able to change anything, but you can edit it to your heart's delight. I want to show you how it looks when you first open the master slides, because I already have changed it on this, and then I'll hop over here and show you exactly how to edit it. So if you open a new Google Slides, how to access the master slides is you click on Slide and Edit Master. Now this one on the top is like the master, and then these ones are like different layouts that you can include. Excuse me, I need water. Are like different layouts. These are very boring looking, but these are, you can edit them. So when you first pop over here, this is what you'll see. You can take away all of this. You can take away all of these. And then you can edit it to your heart's delight. So I'm going to hop back over to my original slideshow that I was showing you, because I've already started using the master slides here. So this is going to allow me to, like I said, lock things in place, but still be able to edit them later. So I have already created backgrounds in another program and saved them as images. You could start and build everything in Google Slides in the master slide. That's just not how I like to work. So I'm going to go to Slide and I'm going to click on Edit Master. As you can see, I've already done some work here. I'm going to start with a new one though. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to, on this slide sorter side, I'm going to right click and I'm going to click on Change Background, which this isn't super new. We've done this before, but just not in the master slide. Choose Image. And I'm going to, what was the one that I wanted to work on? Pick one. We'll do this. We'll do this one. So it has loaded this in the background. This isn't much different than what we've already learned. Except what I'm going to do now is I can add things to this slide that I will be able to edit later, but students will not be able to. So if I click on text box, and I click just a regular text box here, and then I write something here. So maybe I want to add some student direction. So I'm going to put count the objects, and write and type out men. Okay. I can, just like before, I can edit this text. I can change it. So I'm going to change it to Century, Gothic. I'm going to align it right so there's a little bit of space. I'm going to make it bold. There you go. I can edit this text. Now this text that I just added is just a regular text box. Students will not be able to change anything on there. If I wanted to give them a spot, which doesn't really make sense for this, but I'll just show you. If I wanted to give them a spot that they could type in, you can go to one of these and add placeholders. And then draw a text box. Oops. And then draw a text box. And then this is text. You can't do anything with, you can change how this looks. Like I can change the size, but I can't change that text. And then this, when I go to the slide, will show, actually, let me go ahead and do that. When I go to the slide, you'll see that this is a spot where students can type. I prefer to just add a text box if I'm going to have something like this that students can type personally, because I think it's the same thing basically, but you can do that. So let me just show you. So this is text that I added that students will not be able to edit. I just used a regular text box. This is placeholder text that they would be able to edit. Actually, I can do this. I will put it here. And it can be for the number. I can't change what this says here though, which is why I prefer to just use, I will be able to when I get to the slide, but anyway, I'll show you. So I'm just gonna put a placeholder there. So I'm gonna hit X out of here, and I can name this. So I'm gonna rename it up here to count how many. Click OK. So I'm gonna X out of there. And then if I want to insert that slide, I'm going to click next to this little arrow down here. And these are my ones that I've done already. So I'm going to click here on count how many. As you can see, there's this placeholder text. And I could write here, you know, something to hold the place. But this works like a regular text box. Students can move it, which is why I typically just will put a normal text box in there. This though, they can't move and they can't edit, but I can. You can also do the same thing with images. So let me just show you. If I go back to slide and edit master, I'm gonna take this away. Oops. I'm going to take this away because like I said, I would just use a regular text box. So if I wanted to change, if I had a typo, I could change that. I could also insert images. So I'm going to pull from my computer. I have some digital pieces. So I want to put a certain number of objects on this slide. So I'm going to just pull them over and let's see, we'll do 3. Okay. So I just pulled those images from my desktop. You could also import the images, and I'm gonna resize them. Why are they? There we go. I'm gonna resize them. So, and I could change these, put out as many as I wanted, but I'm just doing 3 to keep it simple. So the students will not be able to move these pieces now. So let me get out of here. And the changes are already automatically here. So students can't move how many pieces are here. But I'm gonna, and then from here is where I'd insert just a regular text box for them to write the number. Let me just make that font larger. Too big. And so now, when I send this to my students, they can't click on the directions, they can't click on this. All they can do is count 1, 2, 3, and tell me how many they counted. But the nice thing is you can take this master and you can edit it. So if you want to edit master, if you want to have a different number next time, you can edit it here, but the students can't edit it. The other thing you can do is you can duplicate these. So I can right click and I can duplicate layout. And now I have another one. So you can make a bunch of different versions of them. So if you were sending this to students and you want them to do a few different numbers, say, you can duplicate these. You can also hit Control C and Control V. With different amounts, with different patterns, and then you would just insert those slides. So these are nice because you can do it the way that I've been showing you, and there's nothing wrong with that, but this eliminates the possibility of students to be able to move these, which is really nice because with little guys, the less that they can make errors, the better. So that's just a little glimpse into how you can use master slides. There's a lot you can do with them. But yeah, that's a little glimpse. If you have any questions specifically, there you go. Let me know and I'm happy to answer them. But yeah, master slides are pretty cool. And I'm going to be using these as I work on these templates that I'm creating for Google Slides. So this is what I'm working on today. So hope that's helpful. Have a fantastic day, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye, friends.